We celebrating your born day.
Maxwell.
First of all,
Not Maxwell.
here to celebrate, they clone Tyrone, premiering on Netflix July 21st. Welcome my brother back to the show.
Yes!
John Boyega. First came here.
Good to be back. Good to be back.
Vibe is right today.
London in the building. You know what I mean?
Yo, London in the building. Stand the fuck up.
Hey, listen.
London in the building.
Hey, listen.
The vibe is high today in here. Energy is right.
It's right. It's right.
Fuck your country. London in the building. We riding on these fools.
Across the
We
pond.
riding on these fools.
I know my
South
bro.
side.
Yeah.
You can just throw out South side and work.
No, it's South Side, bro. For real. South London, SE, you know what I mean? Peckham, Wagwan. He's saying
Shit, damn, he just turned into a South Sider. I remember we talked about that.
Yeah.
So we celebrate when's your birthday?
March 17th.
Okay, not the
nice.
same.
Yeah.
Happy
All right,
belated.
happy belated.
Thank you. Happy
How'd you
belated.
celebrate?
What did I do? Oh, I was in Atlanta. I was outside.
Ooh. A city boy.
Well, I was in the city, exploring the various gifts of Atlanta.
You might have.
Big booties on pop.
How about that?
50 reps, goddammit. If you know, you know.
You know what I mean?
Come on, man. The fried chicken in Atlanta, boy, it's tasty, man. The fried chicken
Ain't
in
no
Atlanta.
beaches,
Yeah.
but there's peaches.
Yeah, man, I like the big kind.
Like them big juicy peaches.
You're a breast man.
Well, you know, the full combination.
The full combination, natural fruit.
Why limit God's creation?
There
hey?
you go, baby.
I mean, he can make it as big as he wants it to.
Biscuits and peaches all
Why?
day.
Biscuits and peaches all day.
Size does matter.
Yeah.
Trust me, we know.
Yo, I was thinking about Attack the Block.
Yeesh.
Remember when you came in, I remember telling you when I first discovered you, and then I'm thinking of Star Wars, and this all correlates with what I'm going to do for my birthday, and I'm glad you're here.
That's dope.
Because I think you could relate to this. So, in the Grand Canyon.
Here we go.
All right, John. In the Grand Canyon.
Boy.
No. There's been articles written and research has been done that there are restricted areas in the Grand Canyon that the common public cannot visit.
All right.
Because of what was discovered there. Why you laughing?
Which is
a conspiracy.
It's could you know?
It is.
Well, there are restricted areas in the Grand Canyon. That's a fact. That's a fact. And it's been said that there's ancient artifacts that have been found there that would link to parts of history way before y'all guy Christopher Columbus came over here.
Is that our brother,
is that not your guy?
Yeah, I think he had our accent in that, but
Okay.
I'm sure he's your guy
He's
now.
over.
Hey, who's gonna claim him?
Okay.
No one.
And they claim, there was some ancient African artifacts that were found there, which would mean that people were there way before.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna go for my birthday and doing my own investigation.
I love that.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think you definitely need a whole bag of people for that. Make sure you got your boys, and make sure you got everyone around you to go and do that.
Protected.
Because stay protected. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't want to see no Sway article.
Shit,
told him.
Now, Sway, I don't need your face on a t-shirt, man.
Man, you don't need that.
And I ain't giving no tributes.
Okay.
So just stay safe, bro.
I'll stay safe, man.
you know how they
Okay,
do.
shit, he made that real scary, John.
Hey, look, listen.
He's right, though. I
Yeah.
mean, you saw the news lately.
You not scared of
Leave some shit alone.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
What I mean,
I saw the news lately. What part of the news?
the 5 that went down.
Okay.
Titan.
You talking about the exonerated 5?
No,
What?
the 5 people that paid
Central Park 5?
that paid $250 each to go exploring.
Oh, what? Oh, yes.
Hold on, John, she put something in my cup.
No, I
Forgive me.
did.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you to leave some shit alone, bro. You heard about it. It's cool. Let it live.
Yeah.
Why you gotta go looking?
Look, it's cool when they do it, but it's gonna be a problem when
Would I do it, right?
Leave some
It's all
stuff
in the
alone.
songs. It's all in the songs, bro.
Yeah, man. Leave it alone, homie.
Yeah.
Let it live. Wherever if
I
it's
thought
down there.
thought John would be encouraging this,
Then
man.
the reality
No,
said
you're a
it.
seeker of truth. You speak your mind openly. You talk about things.
yeah,
You're
but-
the most They call you the most un-Hollywood actor in Hollywood.
That's great. That's why I came today in the salmon. Just
And the 7.
confuse them a little bit. Confuse them a little bit. But yeah, I mean, definitely, I just think there's some truths that require much more planning, strategy. I think you should try and enjoy yourself on your birthday. You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah.
He has St. Thomas as an option too. You think that's the route he should take?
Maybe that would be a bit better than the restricted areas of the Grand Canyon. Yeah, maybe that will
St.
work
Thomas might work a little. I'm just looking for the truth.
Yeah. I hear it. We all are, but you know, just got to have a strategy in terms of the way you look for that truth. You know, because as Jamie Foxx was saying, Dayclo and Tyrone, man, it's Uncle Sam. You know what I mean? It's
Uncle
like, you know,
Sam.
yeah. You know, it's just there's conspiracies, man. You got to stay away.
Come on, segue.
Shit.
Leave it
I
alone.
know, well, I heard you talk about Jamie. You said he's doing well.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Salute to our brother. I won't
Yes.
even go
Yeah,
into
man.
that. That's my
Love,
brother.
man.
I love him. I want to say
I spoke to my brother, man. He said he's cool. He said he's well. Man can only respect his privacy and
Amen.
take his word for it.
Yep,
Yeah.
amen.
So I'm grateful that he even reached out to me. So
I think of my brothers, especially in Hollywood, and people who are outspoken like yourself. And I know we're kind of joking around with the conspiracy theories, and I'm not joking around about the Grand Canyon.
I know
but-
you're not. I know
Okay,
you're not.
but I appreciate how outspoken you've always been, and at the risk of you see what they do. You
Yeah.
know, are you ever concerned about it though? Are you ever concerned? Have you gotten to the point where okay, let me be careful of what I say? I had Isaiah Thomas here, and when was it? 2 days ago, the basketball player, and he made some comments about Larry Bird years ago that he had a lot of backlash from it. And so when I asked him about it, he said, "Now I'm careful." A little more careful about what I say and when I say it.
Yeah. I think I was careful to begin with. You know, I'm very well controlled. I would like to think of myself as having an element of emotional intelligence. So you know that there's certain things you actually can handle behind the scenes, go to people directly. You don't have to make a big fuss about it. But it's just certain things to me that needs to be said openly, because I think for me at that time I felt like other people in the industry were going through it.
Yeah.
And if you notice, right after me was Moses Ingram going through the same thing, and in which the studio had to have a response to. So those are the changes I like to see, because if nobody says anything, then it continues to be an elephant in the room. But I do think in the first place, you always need to pick and choose when to say it, how to say it. All those things do matter. So, but for me, I was just like, bust it. You know what I mean? You just got to say it sometimes.
Southside.
John, do you ever sit home sometimes, just like for fun, possibly? Because when your name comes up and people see you in projects like myself, yo, he's in it. I know it's reputable. I'm going to check it out just because your name is attached. But do you sit home sometimes and like, you know what? I would do a reality show. If it's one reality show I could do this. If
Real Housewives of Atlanta. I got sisters, okay? I got sisters, and I have to watch the show.
You watch it?
Yeah. I need to be, when they go to them, fake little dinners and stuff. Like they
You
set
right
up.
there?
They don't like each other, but they at the dinners. I'll be right there as one of their friends, Come in, Phaedra has a new stylist. I'm like, hey. You know what I mean? Come on, hey. What's up, y'all? That's something I would do. I
got it.
And we were actually talking in the car over here with my best friend. I would be an extra on Walking Dead, like one of the zombies. Yeah, I'll pull up. I'll do that for free. Yeah, I do it for free. There's just certain things I just want to do,
Yeah. I hear that. You know what I always think about when it comes to actors, especially ones who do not have a problem being loud about their beliefs, even if it may ostracize some of their fan base, is all of these different characters that you play, because you have to fully embody them, even if they have different beliefs than your personal ones.
Yes.
Does it help you as John Boyega to now understand, have compassion with someone who has a completely different and maybe even visceral opinion as you?
Yes. I think the world has gotten very, very sensitive, and I think we struggle with coexisting with people that are different than us. I mean, that's the major
It's
problem.
hard, though.
We are scared of differences, and I think that's weak. I'll be real. I think it's flimsy. You go on Twitter, everyone's just like, someone's different than us. We have to attack them. We have to agree either or. And I'm not about that. I specifically feel like, a different perspective is always needed, even if you don't agree with it. But as I said, the way you say things, how you put it across, those are also, important as well.
Yeah.
But to be to stay offended, be all sensitive, lactating all over the place. Like, chill, man. Like, I think people should just have much more chill and just be open to other people's opinions. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I like that. John Boyega, I'm like that too, man.
Yeah, man. I'll be right.
I am like that.
It's your birthday. I'm
It's
gonna
my
let you
birthday,
live.
John.
All right.
It's my birthday.
I'm gonna let you live today, homie.
Came on a good day, brother.
Yeah, exactly. Your birthday. Yeah.
But John, that comes from like a sense of freedom. I always think about you like freedom, the choices of projects you have. You know, following you on Instagram is always a vibe. The way you do your photo shoots, the way you're so get into your art and your whole craft. Where did that sense of freedom come from?
Because you know what? I just came to a realization after kind of like officially playing the game and doing things by the rules that I just want to exist in this industry as me. And I'm a combination of things. I do see myself as a sophisticated, classy man, but also I'm kind of ratchet. And, you know, I'm kind of, you know, reactive in certain things. I come from a certain environment. I've always wanted to exist with my dream, my career, my art, while still being able to hold on to who I am. So I guess I find a sense of freedom in that. And then I find a sense of freedom in the people around me who always just bring that out of me. Like, if you can see, it's my best friend over there from Inglewood, who I've been rocking with since the beginning of my career.
Inglewood.
Go best friend.
You from Inglewood?
Yeah, interesting story. When I first came to LA, you know, I had lost my accommodation and I was at some, you know, West Hollywood party, and I met my best friend there and asked her to stay on her sofa. And she gave me, you know, a chance to just live in her house. She lived in Inglewood, and she worked in West Hollywood at the time. So she would drop me over to my auditions, my meetings, and since then,
That's dope,
we
man.
just been friends. Yeah.
What's your
Salute
first
to
name?
you.
What's your-
Asia. Yeah.
Salute,
yeah.
Asia.
Asia.
A real
That's
one.
dope, Asia.
That's my real day one. So
That's your
facts.
when you're around people like that, it's like they embody the freedom in you. They bring that out, and you only want to exist in that space. You know. Yeah.
It's empowering too, because that couch that she gave you. Talk about the significance of that couch.
It was free accommodation.
Okay.
It gave me the ability to have somewhere to, you know, lay my head while going to, you know, doing pilot season in LA with public transport, which was mad. And also at the same time, I was hungry, man, and broke.
Yeah.
So, and Asia was working at the time. Like, she was working, you know, a really good job. So she would help me out with food, you know, help me out with a little change here and there, just to support me while I was out in LA by myself, like just trying to get to know the environment and stuff.
The couch.
Yeah, the couch works, bro.
That's your sister,
Sway,
man.
if I could go out of the ordinary here,
Yeah.
I'm always interested in this story because I've always been having conversations lately about invest in your best friends.
Yeah.
Because the reason why I am here today is because I had best friends who invested in me.
Right.
I literally started out, I had an individual, he's not working anymore so I can say it, but he used to run the IT department for Morgan Stanley.
Okay.
And when I first moved to New York, I didn't have all my laptop, and so I basically got the laptops from Morgan Stanley, and every time it was broke, I would go to Morgan Stanley. If I worked there, he would fix it, repair it, and so those little things made me where I am today. So I'm just curious, Asia, if I can ask you, what did you see in John that made you
Wait, hold up.
I'm sorry.
Before you ask her, Ty, get her on camera. Oh, Asia, can you stand
Asia,
up?
Asia
Come
gotta
on,
be
come on,
here.
get on
Yeah.
camera.
man.
Give it up for Asia. That's my best friend.
What's up, everybody? What's
The
up?
couch queen. The couch queen. The couch queen.
So Asia, I'm curious, what was it about him that made you want to invest in him to see what we have right now?
Well, when I first seen him on his first movie, Attack the Block.
Yeah.
And I just seen something special in him. I knew he was going to be somebody, so and that was before I met him in person.
Yeah.
Then when I met him in person, it was like, this guy is like my cousins, like the people that I grew up around, like, and it was just like his soul, the person that he was. We connected. It was like my brother from day one.
That's love.
Man.
And now we here with Sway and everybody in this room.
Come on, Asia. Give Asia a cup. Somebody
Together.
give Asia a cup.
Yeah.
No, but that's amazing. And then the reason why I brought the couch is significant. There was a point I was homeless for a second, and I was too prideful to go to my family and
me
say,
too.
okay.
Me too, yeah.
So I'm sleeping in back seats of cars. I'm borrowing my friends' cars. I'm showing up to houses acting like it's too late. Can I stay tonight?
Yeah.
My grandfather said, "Boy, what are you doing?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He said, what do you mean what I'm doing? You came here on a Friday, you fell asleep, you woke up on a Sunday. What are you doing? Man, I kind of don't know. He said, well, whatever it is, you could always sleep on this couch just so you have somewhere to go.
Yes.
And I told my grandfather, that's all I need.
That's all I need.
And
Yeah.
look what we did with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
And I love that John didn't forget that, because a lot of times what happens, you know, I heard Mike Tyson say one time, I really don't even know how I got here. I don't know how I got to the place of success. I was working out, I was doing my thing, I was having these fights, but I really don't know how I got here. And a lot of times it can happen on so fast, you forget about the couch people. You forget about the oodles and noodles people. You forget about the transportation people. But you didn't forget. And I think it's beautiful that you got this queen, your family, your sister Asia with you today here, brother. God bless you as well.
They share beauticians. Look at their hairstyles.
And the skin looking flawless. Yeah. Drink water and mind your business.
Christian ain't shout out for the braids, man.
Yes, man.
I mean,
man, let me ask you this too. I like asking this question. It's about fame, because fame is something when you come in entertainment, it's something it's on the palette, you know, of what you hope to achieve, because it symbolizes some form of success, and then you achieve it.
Yeah.
You know, and your relationship with fame, you know, what has that been like for you? I mean, at one point, it could get you in the restaurant and get you the fancy seats, but there's other things that come with it.
Yeah, for sure. But I get cringed out by being outwardly to be seen to outwardly be collaborating with fame and to be like overly in enjoying it. But I do have a great relationship with it. Like now I'm sat in Sway having this interview. In 2 weeks, I'm about to be in Atlanta and taking out the trash, like, you know, just doing normal stuff. And I don't necessarily get recognized by everybody. Like, I was at Walmart the other day. I was looking for those nice...
You were at Walmart?
Oh, yeah. We got to go to Walmart to go pick up the
Finn
stuff.
was at Walmart?
Love it.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. And people normally just go, it can't be him, right? Why would he be?
Right.
Yeah, you're like, it can't be.
Hiding in plain
I guess
sight.
there's still a journey for me. I haven't gotten to the point where you're DiCaprio and everyone has that familiarity with you, especially the roles I play. I'm always changing up my looks and all that kind of stuff. So I'm able to kind of like have a healthy detachment from fame as long as I'm not on a press tour, going to a premiere. So when I'm not here, it's just regular. It feels as regular as it can possibly be with the kind of like few people that will come up to you, recognize you, and go, "I love you in that movie, baby." Yeah. You know, that's the only time it kind of really happens. And most of the time, it's very nice. Like it's quite nice because people actually approach with respect. They're very welcoming, you know, especially the black folk. They'll be very welcoming. They'll be, you know, very loving. And,
We're happy
you know,
for you.
Yeah,
We're
like
happy for you.
I can really tell, especially when I'm in the States as well. But I feel like, you know, I have a good, healthy detachment from the fame thing. Like I'm not Rihanna or nothing, you know, where it's just like intense. So that's me for now. Ask me in the next 7-8 years.
Yeah.
If I jump into a superhero suit or something.
Yeah, I can see that, man. Yeah, I can see it for you and me, by the way.
Oh, God. You slid yourself in there?
Nah, yeah, man.
Why not? There's a role you played I was watching recently, just randomly. I didn't even watch it because you were in it. I was watching it because I've watched everything else on DSPs. And this is one I didn't watch, Breaking.
Oh, yeah.
That was so powerful. You played Brian. And Brian is your average everyday guy, black man in the States, went through the service and, you know, couldn't get a benefit check, and he cracked.
Yeah.
You know, I was really impressed on how you encapsulated that person. I come from a military family, uncles, grandfather, the whole nine, and I work in and around veterans who don't get proper attention.
Right.
How did you research that? What did you dig his character, and what did you hope to accomplish?
I mean, for me, it was definitely about showing versatility because I like to think that I'm a blank canvas to the characters I play. I like to switch it up. But also, it was an important story to me because, you know, for you to go overseas and fight for your country and then to come back with not the right amount of support, for me, is a crazy concept, as you know, it's happening all over the world. I just thought that sacrifice of one's own physical body and mind for your country is the biggest sacrifice you can ever give. And then not to be to not have support after doing that really made me feel some type of way. So when Abby, our director, sent me the script, I was just like, right now, I'm just getting into different versions of the black experience in the projects that I do.
There you go.
Yeah.
And for me, I most definitely, before I play a king and woman king. I want to explore this, and that just kind of in the combination of stuff that I was doing, it added up. And it was Michael K. Williams on it, and
Rest in
Nicole
power.
Bahari, who's an amazing actress. And for me, I was just like, this is a great opportunity to join.
Did you Mike Bond? You and Michael K?
But no, Michael was love. The first time I met him, we got the wrong trailer, so he ended up just walking into my trailer, and I was just like, it's Oma coming. It felt like that, but he was just like, I really mess with you, bro. Like, I feel like what you say and how you present yourself, like, is really inspirational, bro. And I was just like, thank you. I've been watching you from The Wire since I was a kid. Boardwalk Empire. I was like naming the projects I knew him in. He was just like, it was just all love. And he's such an amazing, talented actor as well.
Yeah.
I just got the opportunity to also just watch talent and then learn from it at the same time.
Wow.
So it was definitely a cool old bond, man. Rest in peace to my brother.
Yeah, rest in peace,
Yeah,
man.
I wanted to ask you that, John, about Viola Davis. We are all in awe of her.
Yeah.
And she's been a guest here several times. We love her. We laugh and we joke with her. She hangs out with us. But, I mean, as from one actor to another, did you find yourself on set sometimes just looking at her like, bruh?
Yeah. She would be doing the scenes and would say her lines and speak to me, and I'd still be frozen like, we will not do that today. I'm not saying like, I'm like, sorry, Viola. I had to just take a second. I done see you from all these movies. Now I'm here right in front of you in a scene, and you talking to me.
Yeah.
It's my time. Like, for me, it blows my mind because she represents. She feels like a family member that you've always had in your life, and then you meet her. And then she doubles down and is that in reality and in real life. I was inspired by her. I'm inspired by her love with her husband Julius, what they've created together. Being a part of Juvie Productions. It was just all inspiring, just being around her and hearing her stories, getting advice and some tea,
Some tea.
and just feeling like you're connected to someone that has done something that you would want to achieve.
Beautiful.
Wow, man. I love that. John Boyega is here, citizens. 888-742-3345.
Yeah.
Have you been in that position now, John, where you're like the mentor and there's younger actors who link with you and are just like, oh my gosh, John Boyega.
Yeah, for sure. And I like to take the honest approach with them. If I don't know something, I'm going to tell you, man, bro, I'm still on the journey, man. What do you think? Like, just to try and give the guidance that I was given, because I was, people talk about, as British actors coming into America, like, do you get the support? And really, we do. Like, the actors out here are so supportive. Like, they come out and give you the DLs, they give you the code, they give you that guidance. So when someone comes to me, I make sure I do my best to just try and give them some pointers.
For sure.
Yeah.
I like John Boyega, man.
Love, bro.
too.
Man, I love you, brother. You all right with me. DB, you wanna chime in?
Absolutely, because They Clone Tyrone is one of those movies where it's just like there's this diabolical plan, at the heart of it or whatever, and there's a lot of twists and turns that I don't want to give too much away, is I have a tendency to do, but I get excited when I see these films where it's like there's little things that are affecting a human race, and then they have to find out what's going on.
Right.
Working with Jamie, I mean, the guy is a multi-talented, just like beast. The guy can do everything that he puts his hands to.
Yeah.
Do you ever think about coming out of Star Wars and doing projects now? Star Wars is a commitment, and something that we always talk about is such when the passion becomes a job. You know what I mean? And so now do you look at the work differently, that you've been in it long enough, and it's like, okay, before I commit to something that's going to turn into a trilogy, quadrilogy, whatever it is, I want to make sure that I'm happy with it, I'm okay with it, and I'm good with this project.
Oh yes, 100%. And that's something that I needed to personally learn, and learn from those who've done it before. That you need to do your due diligence. You need to make sure you're having the conversations about, okay, what does my commitment mean? How does this role establish itself over years? Because franchises are fantastic. It gives you a great opportunity, to have good finances. At the same time, you've got a great role that people love. I would not be in this specific position without Star Wars. But where you have to be careful is, making sure that their plans for you. What? Because it's 8 years of your life.
Yeah.
And then also as an actor, you're not as good as you're only as good as your next best thing. So you want to make sure that you're being versatile and mixing up, and so you can have longevity when the franchise is done, and then you can be on Sway.
There you go. There you go, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. You can meet Asia. Come on, man. I like that.
Day
You a
one.
rider.
Day
He's a
one.
rider.
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations on that clone, Tyrone.
Thank you.
I was at the ABFF, the American
dope.
Black Film Festival,
Dope,
and that
dope,
was
dope.
the talk of the festival,
Dope.
as well as Boots Riley, who I grew up with. Boots Riley, he and I grew up in the same neighborhood, went to the same schools growing up as kids, the whole nine. He had I Am a Virgo that's out as well. So congratulations on that. I was thinking about you too, because when you came up here, I want to say in 2015, we were talking about music. It's the 50th anniversary of hip hop, and it's interesting.
Yeah.
Man, I was having this conversation. Who was I talking to? We were talking about things that happen simultaneously in culture, you know, and so we know that this started here in New York City is how the story goes.
Yeah.
There's people in LA that will argue it. I kid you not. There are people in LA will argue that hip hop started in a whole different form of fashion, but
Right.
I'm wondering, what role did hip hop play in your own personal life, your personal development, and does it correlate with what you do as an actor today?
Oh yeah,
You know?
for sure. I think growing up in London, especially growing up in inner city London, with American media so accessible to us, we got the same tunes that you guys were getting. When the rappers would tour, they'd come over, do their shows in London. Like you even going back to, you know, the NWA days, you know, if you look at the movie biopic, they had a scene where they had a concert in London. So that influence, obviously, it transcends because they're talking about the stuff that we know about too. But obviously, it's a different version. We've got different accents, slightly little cultural changes, but we relate to the stories that they tell about themselves, or we know a brother that can relate to that. So I always feel like hip hop has been the soundtrack, you know, to my life to a certain extent. You know, we're gonna throw in some scores in there because I'm a nuanced man.
As you
But
should.
yeah. But hip hop has definitely had its influence, and even on a day to day with the roles that I do, there's certain music, certain songs that just it gets me there. It gets me to my roles, makes me feel closer to the roles that I'm trying to portray. So music, you know, it stands as one of the major pillars of influence in the world. And there's a reason for that because, you know, it ignites feelings and thoughts in you. But also because we had British stars like British grime rappers and more like hip hop rappers in the UK that would do covers on tunes that were quite popular out here in the States. So
They would do covers.
Yeah, like Giggs would do covers. You know, how, you know, Giggs now, you know, he's down with Jay and everyone kind of knows each other. But it wasn't like that before. It was more so that we were inspired by what you guys were doing. And then we just put our own twist on it and our own raps on it. And then you would just feel connected through there. But American, you know, the hip hop scene, the culture has always been, you know, kind of like distributed to the UK, and we've always, like movies, we eat it up. Yeah.
Wow.
I have a question about that
that's
then,
dope.
John. Like, you know, I always say over here that hip hop is the storytelling of our neighborhoods and our community. I'm
Yeah.
just curious about what is it like that in the UK, because the black diaspora is so vast in,
Yeah.
in the UK. And so
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, in part, is it a reflection of the diaspora? And also, are you guys trying to mimic American MCs, or is it your own thing separately?
Yeah, I mean, it's our own thing separately, but it's definitely inspired by, you know, you guys did it first at the end of the day. But it's inspired by, with everyone's own twist on it. I'm sure if you guys go out to France, Italy,
Germany, Japan.
they got their own scene and their own vibe. And I think it's fundamentally the story that you're telling. Like, you know, if I'm listening to a Lil Baby tune, if I'm listening to Lil Durk, if I'm listening to any one of those brothers, I can go, oh, I know a brother like that, or I know someone was like that, was in that situation. Asia, what did Lil Durk say? And I said I could relate to it. He said he was in the Lambo truck in his hood, and nobody can't tell him shit.
Yo, John is on one. I love it.
So, despite that, I'm British.
Yeah.
Oh, Durky, I can relate to it because I'm in a Lambo truck in my hood.
You
And
better
nobody
talk
tells
your
me
shit.
shit.
You better talk your shit, John Boyega. JB, you better talk your shit, man.
So
Come on, man.
There's that through line, baby. There's that through line,
line.
you know, and it's the inspiration. You know, I always come here and show love, especially to the people. You guys, like,
Thank you, bro.
you
We
are,
appreciate you too.
you are
too.
the head of the cultural influence. You guys have inspired many. The movies we watched growing up, they didn't make movies for us like that growing up. And, you know, watching Friday, watching Boys in the Hood, that was our way of just clinging on to you guys and going, Yeah, you know, there's that separation in culture, and now, thank God, today there's that merge now. Now you guys are coming over to the UK. Now I'm hearing grime in the clubs. You know what I mean? And now it's a beautiful thing to see. You know, Afro beats. Like,
come on.
I'm seeing my stateside brothers knowing more words than me in Afro beats. I'm just like, yes, like it's happening, and that's a celebration. You know,
man, we are greater together than we are alone.
Oh
brother.
yeah, no, most definitely.
Come on, man. Love you, man. John Boyega. Get this man a round of applause. They clone Tyrone. Netflix. On the 21st, make sure you check that out. I'm about to go start working out. I'm trying to get like John. I was once there.
You know what?
It's his birthday.
It's my birthday, Bill.
Let's
cheers, man. Let's cheers with John Boyega here. Happy
What?
belated birthday.
Yeah, and happy
March
birthday to you,
17th,
man.
Thank you, brother.
Hey, long life and prosperity. May your days be great, man. In Jesus' name, may you prosper, and may your days be inspirational to those and to your family and to your loved ones, man. Long life and prosperity, my brother.
Peace, brother.
Amen.
Thank you, brother.
Amen.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Amen.
John Boyega just prayed over him like music.
Amen.
Ain't that something, man? Come on, man.
Yeah, you know I'm a PK. He had to, send the spirit.
No, that's what's up. We do that here. We need it.
Wait. Your family got a background? What's your?
My dad's a pastor, man.
Yeah.
I'm
You sound
PK.
just
I'm
like
PK.
chip off the whole block right here. Yeah, that's what's up, man.
Love,
Hey,
man.
listen. Thank you, John, for coming by. They clone
Love.
Tyrone. Make sure you check that out.